Thank you for the opportunity to apply to do a TEDx talk. On July 10th, 1993, I was living the dream. I was living in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. I was 41 years old, had a relatively successful small business, and I was about chest deep in a swimming pool with a half a beer in my hand. I finished the beer, got out of the pool, toweled off, and was walking into my apartment to get another beer when the phone on the wall rang. Remember phones on the wall? It was my mother, and she was calmly explaining to me that my father had had a heart attack that morning and a life flight helicopter was coming from Durham to Lumberton, North Carolina to pick up my dad and take him back to Duke University Medical Center, which was about 10 miles from where I was standing. That was my entry into caregiving, which I still do in one way or another. But here's what happened. My dad lasted about 8 months. I lasted about 90 days. I showed up in my doctor's office with a list of the symptoms of depression and said, this is me right now. You got to figure out a way to help me. Well, he knows I don't like taking a lot of meds. So he started talking about the concept of self-care, which was ironic because from the time I was a little boy running around sleeping in the backyard with my buddies, to getting on a bus to go to a high school football game, to going off to college, to hugging my mother in the care center where she spent her last days, my mother would always say when I was leaving her, she would always say, you take care of you. And about 12 years old, I kind of thought, that sounds a little selfish. So I asked her about it. And she said, no, she said, if you take care of you and the need arises, you'll be able to take care of others. That's the key right now with caregivers. We've got to help them understand the importance of self-care. 6% of caregivers die because of the complications of caregiving. In America, about 1 in 5 folks is a caregiver. In the Charlotte Metrolina area, about 500,000 people are caregivers. And this issue of self-care is stunningly important. If folks do not take care of themselves, then they again become a burden on the healthcare system. So one of the things that we've really got to do is alert people to the importance of self-care and show them some practical ways to take care of themselves. So again, I appreciate the opportunity to apply for a TEDx talk. You take care of you.